everything looks good, and we're going to create that drawing. So for this, I'm actually going to create drawing for each of them first. So just one of them first. I'm not selecting both of them, just one. I'm going to keep it at 1 to 2. I'm going to deselect that. I don't want that. And I'm going to call this the hook part 1. So it's quite small. I'm going to go over here and make it larger. So 2 at 1. That might be too large, so I'm going to put it 1 to 1 ratio. I'm going to change it to third angle. I'm going to change this to 0, 0, and I want a period, not a comma. So just make sure this is the same here and here as well. All right, quite happy with that. I'm gonna click the plus. Of course, I want the front, the top, and the side. That's what I want. Click happy. So that's the first hook part. And drag that down. We're missing some hidden details. So these are edges, so that hole that goes through that isn't shown on the side view. But before I start, I'm going to name the sides. I'm going to name this top, front, and the sides. Okay. Oh, cool. Might move this a bit further out. Oops, that is not in caps. There we go. And I might move this a bit higher up, so I've got a bit more space for the dimensions. That's it. I might actually move this a bit further up. Right. So let's do the dimensions, line length. So I'm going to follow the same suit. So I'm going to put that width there and just include all the same measurements there. So I've got the width, overall length, right? It's also what I want here. I'm going to put a prefix. It's a square, and that is 10. Enter. Ooh. Oh, I don't need that 10, sorry. Enter. And there, it's a square that is 10. And I'm going to add the rest of the dimensions here as well. So dimensions, we've got the radius. So we've got the radius. Do we? No, we don't. It's a dimension. It's a diameter in the middle. That is at 6. What else do we have? It's those little dimensions there. So it's line length point to point. So this point to the middle is 15. The middle to the other middle should be 90. Ooh, I'm gonna move this over to that side. It feels like it makes more sense. And then middle to the end here is 15. So that's, I've got all that. Perfect. You can see that we have those cross sections. So we're gonna go into, what's this called, geometries, and got a center mark. So you just click the center and I'll give it a center mark. What you can do later on is, if you want to, specifically the little center mark lines are supposed to go across and out. So you can do the same here to adjust the length. Okay, so that's what it's supposed to look like. We're missing some hidden details. So that tunnel, how do we do that? We're going to go into this part. Oh, get out of that. Oh, get out of this. And we're going to do the not that. I'm gonna double click and you see those little box. You're gonna click that and those hidden details will come through, and you need that center line. Why is there a center line? A center line, you see that blue one? That means it's a circle, because obviously your hole can be square, and you can see here if it's a hole that is square, it does not have a center mark. We also need to add that chamfer in there. So geometries, we got 2-line center. We're just gonna click those 2 lines, click, 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 and click. A center line is given. We can change the length of that later. Same with this, click, click. Center lines are done. So we just need to make that a little longer. It just needs to pass through both sides. Done. Right. The top also requires some hidden details. So again, double click and you see that little box, just click that, and we just need a center line going through only the middle one. Because remember the outer one, those outer lines is showing these 2 edges here. So again, geometries, 2-line center, just the middle ones there. Click done, and we're just going to make that a bit longer. Done. So got that part. Okay, there is a section view. It's easier, so we're just gonna put a base view again, and that's it. Done. I'll move that out. Right, it looks like that. And you're then going to add a section view. So once you click section, it says draw a line to create a section. So we can click there and midpoint there. I'm just going to drag out a section there. So that's if you were looking at the cross section, just like we've done. And we just need to name that, and again add the cross sections or center marks. Really, center mark, and a 2-line center, 2-point center lines there and there. So we've got front and section view there. So section view AA. I'm just gonna move it there. Easy days. Right? So we've got that one and that one done. Now we've just got the last one. So we're gonna create a base view. Click bodies. We're actually gonna click the other one and select off the other one. So now we have, let's move this to the side. This, I don't want this view. This is not the front to me. So we're just gonna click that little front button, and we're just gonna click that because that's really the front. It's facing the wrong way. And click that, the right view. Okay, looks about right. Add, we've got the side, and we've also got the top view, but it's not really in line, so let's move this down. Top. I'm quite happy with my selections. There it is. I'm gonna move things around a little bit just to make a little bit more space. As you can see, the measurements go with, but the names do not, so you might need to drag those around to fit them all in. And I'm just gonna fit this one here. It should fit just fine. I'm gonna put the names later. Put the names now. We've got the front, we've got the side, and we've got the top here. It's good to keep looking at this. We've got some hidden lines, or hidden detail as we call it. Easiest way, double click, add the hidden details, done. Not that difficult. And we're just going to add all the same measurements we see there. So dimensions, line length, this one's quite easy. Line length, oop, I think not line length there, I think it's point to point, isn't it? Yep, point to point. Dimensions, point to point distance, this point to this point, this point to this point, and just keep clicking until we get all the necessary measurements. Same on this side. Okay, happy with it. Now we have the last view here where we've got all the pieces together. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna click base view. We're gonna click bodies and click both of them. I'm going to click the front because we don't want the front, we actually want an isometric view of it. And I'm just going to put it right here, add, and I think it's quite good there. Isometric views do not need hidden lines, only orthographics do. So let me just move these a bit lower. Just so then it fits a bit better. Right there. And I'm going to click a note. I'm going to add this, calling it an isometric view. One thing to add into my drawing is that I forgot to add that chamfer detail. So just going to click a note. We're going to add that, and we're just going to call it. There we go. Chamfer. For a millimeter. So you can put that anywhere you want. Cool. So that would be all of it done and dusted. You can screenshot this. So Command Shift 4 and put this on your slides. Okay. Okay. Now, if you want to rename a project, you can just click it there. I'm just going to call it this the hook. To use the environment for it transparent. All right. You can play around with the camera or the lighting if you want. So the little toggle, you can move the lighting around to better show your model, or change the light intensity as well. And you can click this capture. Once you click that, it's gonna save it. You can save it and then you can insert that into your slides.